Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of November 17th through the 23rd, 2025. We're going to pull 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Philly Tarot to celebrate the Philadelphia Marathon on the 23rd, which I will be participating in. So if you're in the area and you want to watch me fight for my life, feel free to join. First card out for you, Gemini, is the Magician. Very beautiful. And here's Luna. Everyone say hi to Luna in the comments. She loves the attention. The Magician is very positive. It shows big manifestation, feeling in your power, in your element, in your energy, feeling like I have everything that I need to manifest even more. There's something here about you don't need anything new. You just need to magnetize or put like a magnifying glass, like grow what you already got. You already have some skills within you that can be transmuted and used abundantly to create more money, for example, or you already have the friendships, the companions in your life that will lead to more love, more companions, or you already have the ingredients in your kitchen that can be transmuted into beautiful, beautiful meals. There's something here about making better use of what you have. Okay? No, you don't need to go grocery shopping as deeply as you do every single week. You know, if you have the raw ingredients, you don't need to buy store-bought bread. You can create your own bread that will probably taste better and be better for you anyways. You know, that's like an example, but it's like you don't necessarily need anything new. You already have things to make what you've got. You know, you don't need that new hair gel. If you have flaxseed in your pantry, you can make your own hair gel. You never know. So I'm getting like thriftiness. I am getting like a beautiful sense of frugality and not being wasteful. There is blessings within, and sorry if you hear the traffic, there are blessings within using what you got beautifully. So some of you guys may actually be saving money this week. Since I'm talking all about this, you could be saving money, paying off debts, and finding thrifty ways to do so. We have the 8 of Pentacles coming out in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands upright. We have the 3 of Pentacles upright. The 10 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Hermit upright. Some of you guys may be really enjoying your hermity solitude. And especially in the home place, there could be like different ways of doing things. You may be really wanting to just be resourceful, save, do things with integrity, and if anyone is sort of out of alignment with that, or you feel like they're being a little bit more on the wasteful side, there could be some conversations needed around that topic, okay? It feels like you are actually really tapping into the creativity that comes with not being overly, what's the word? Like not diving into overconsumption. You know, for example, if you need like new furniture, sure, you could buy it brand new, straight from the factories, or you can thrift it. And there's a sort of creativity that comes with finding pieces that are antique or that may need to be cleaned up, or it just sparks like a new sense of, I don't know, creative inspiration within you, which is very beautiful. I feel like we're entering into an era where people who have fallen a little bit out of touch with these things are being called to go back to that old way of living, pre-industrial revolution, where we aren't as wasteful. You know, back in the day, people didn't have trash and recycling. You know, they used everything to the fullest. They would wear their clothes down till it became almost nothing, and then they still used the fabric as rags, as useful pieces. People would hunt and they would use every single part of the animal and make use out of everything. Farming, agriculture, foraging, there is something to be used with like every single part of the plant. There's abundance in nature, and I feel like a lot of us have fallen out of touch with that natural way of living. And so how do we translate this back into modern day present society? It's doing things like I said, like you need new furniture. Instead of buying it straight from the factory, reuse, recycle, go thrift shopping, get used furniture. All of the furniture in my house, all of the decorations, even all of a lot of my clothes were either gifts, trash picked, or like bartering. I can't name a single thing in this room that I actually bought other than my camera and, filming equipment and things like that. And it's a lovely way to live. So I am seeing that, and it's funny because I hear so many people be like, oh man, my goal, my dream is to start a homestead or have a commune and live with all my friends. So many people I know have this dream, but they're not living that truth. You don't need to wait until you have money. And in fact, the whole point of those lifestyles is to not be so heavily dependent upon the monetary system. So it's like you can get started as soon as today. Teach yourself how to forage. Teach yourself how to make meals from the food you got outside. Teach yourself these very useful skills. Learn how to make bread from flour. Learn how to, do these things that simultaneously avoid overconsumption, saves you money, and just gets you back in touch with the abundance of nature and, just out of this extreme capitalistic overconsumption problem that we're all faced with. Wow, we're getting political in this reading. There's so much joy that actually comes from that way of life, and you can actually live a very wealthy and prosperous life when you're aligned with that. Trust me, okay? Trust me. People, for example, think I have way more money than I have, and the reason why is because I am quite lucky, prosperous, and wealthy in multiple senses of the word. However, monetarily, the reality might not line up, and that's fine. So yeah, wealth is all around you. You just have to learn how to see it and use your resources better. Actually, by looking at what you've got and creating magic out of that, it puts you onto the flow of abundance that everyone talks about. Whereas saying, oh man, I could just never afford the things I want, or these food prices are skyrocketing and I'm never gonna live my dream. It's like, when you shift gears into what you do have, even if it's very little, and you create magic there, it creates more, and it guides more abundance into your life. That's the flow of abundance. You take the flour in your pantry and you're like, at least I have flour, let me make bread. And then maybe you sell that bread on the side of the road, like a lot of my neighbors do. And then that gets you some money, and then maybe you use that money to, do this and that and this and that and this and that. It just kind of compounds beyond just you. So very beautiful messages there. Thank you so much for joining me, Gemini. Oh, we're also seeing a lot of success in terms of visibility here this week as well, with the Three of Pentacles, showing off what you've been working on, what you've been doing, and manifesting a lot more for yourself as a result. You're being seen for what you do. Popular, seen, and successful. Okay, there's a vibe. And with that, it's important for you to protect your energy. And that may be why some of you guys feel called back to this hermit mode sometimes, to protect your energy after periods of being very, very seen, very, very visible and successful, okay? Thank you for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you have not already. Doing those three things helps me out way more than anything else in terms of like boosting this channel and allowing the momentum to grow, which has been happening recently. Yay! Thank you guys for supporting. I've noticed that spamming the comment section with positivity, with love, really actually helps these videos be seen. And Gemini, if you want to be the most popular sign on this channel, spam the comment section, because Capricorn has held the title of the most popular sign on this channel for way too long. They were like 60% of my audience, and I'm ready for some more symmetry, some more balance. Gemini, you're one of my bigger signs, and I feel like you can take that title very easily. So do all the things, boost the algorithm for me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye-bye.